YouTube, welcome to Bama's very own channel. I am Bama's very own, back again with an ever so important video for the culture, for the people. I was thinking, how prepared are black people for a catastrophic, apocalyptic, state of emergency type of event? Now, I'm not speaking just about hurricanes or fires or tornadoes, stuff that natural disasters that occur all the time. For the most part, our government has set it up where we can recover, and we have agencies in effect to, help people out. But I'm talking about the things and the threats that we don't like to talk about. I'm talking about threats like some type of Ebola, a Zika virus that scientists cannot find a cure for fast enough. I'm talking about some sort of chemical attack. People had the bit scare, probably been about a decade ago now, with the anthrax going around. I'm talking about threats like nuclear detonation, nuclear war, where a detonation over the atmosphere would cause a EMP or a electromagnetic pulse, which would shut down and destroy the power grids in America, which would cause a complete blackout of electricity in America, which everything in this country pretty much runs off electricity now. And fixing these power grids would be no easy task. It would take up to 6 months to a year, sometimes 2 years for most people to get power back around the country if this event were to occur. I don't think we really talk about this a lot, and I don't want to scare anybody, but this report was just released from the Department of Homeland Security. And this article, which breaks down the report released by the Department of Homeland Security, I posted a link in the description. The article is titled, "Start Prepping. Electric Grid Prime Target of Terrorists. Profound Threat, Says Council." This article was written December 10, 2018. In a new report that warns that the electric grid is the prime target of terrorists, Americans are being urged to prepare up to 6 months without electricity, transportation, fuel, money, and health care. People no longer keep enough essentials in their home, reducing their ability to sustain themselves during an extended, prolonged outage. We need to improve individual preparedness, said the just published report to President Trump. There needs to be a more individual accountability for preparedness, as the report. And it also talked about in the article that it is requesting that Americans have at least 6 months of food and water and a minimum of 14 days. The article talks about how it could be a long duration, lasting several weeks or months due to physical infrastructure damages. So they're saying this because they cannot repair the power grids as fast as they could repair like the power lines or something like that on a hurricane. Like this is like, they don't even have the parts. This is major work. So it would take up to 6 months to a year to repair most of these stations. And some of the effects would be the drinking water, the water system, the communication, the transportation, the healthcare, the financial services. It can affect everything. So I want to ask, how prepared are black people? I'm going to make a logical and I feel accurate assessment and say that black people are the least prepared demographic for any type of apocalyptic, catastrophe, state of emergency type of event where technology goes back at least, we're 2018 now. Let's go back to 150 years, 120 years. Let's just say that. Where is no electricity, that means no power in your house, no AC, no way to keep your food cold. All right. What else does that mean? That means that you don't have access to your money. All right. Even if you do have money and you have money in the bank, then you can't go just access it. You can't just go to the grocery stores because the grocery store is going to be shut down. Everything runs off of electricity. Like you won't be able to charge your cell phone up unless you have a generator, but a lot of the cell tower is going to be out. Then you got to worry about transportation, gas. So the gas route, and there's no way you're gonna be able to pay for gas. It's gonna be gas shortages, so you're not gonna be able to move anywhere as far as transportation. What else is gonna be going on? Food, just access to food, access to medical care, people that need their medicine, people that need to go to the hospital, all that's gonna be done. And what's gonna end up happening is people are gonna start getting hungry and they're gonna get desperate. And it's gonna be these type of vigilante groups that's gonna start going around purging house to house. And if they have weapons, then they're gonna take your resources and food. And it's no calling the police, because the police is gonna be out doing other things. The police department will be stretched thin. I'm pretty sure there would be some type of martial law going around. It's gonna go back to at least 150 years. What does that mean for black people? I mean, a lot of black people don't know how to hunt for food. Okay, you just can't go to the grocery store and buy your food. I don't think we realize how much we depend on our society as a whole. A lot of black people don't fish. A lot of black people don't know how to farm or grow their own plants or whatever, or what plants to actually eat out in the forest. A lot of black people don't have weapons. A lot of black people don't buy guns and ammo. A lot of people don't even go camping a lot. A lot of black people don't go camping, but these are all things that white people do all the time. White people love hunting. White people love fishing. White people love stockpiling on their weapons and buying guns and ammo. White people like camping. Okay, they're gonna be more well equipped to deal with these type of things. And some of the Hispanics, they're coming from Mexico. A lot of them come from hard, impoverished areas, but they didn't have any electricity growing up or running water. Oh, I forgot about that too, running water. You're not gonna be able to just drink from your faucet. These are serious things. And us as a people are the most disconnected. A lot of these single mothers that say I don't need no man, I'm independent, I don't need no man. You will need a man at that point, because you're gonna need somebody to protect you and protect your resources. Ain't no calling the police. The police ain't gonna be there. As a community, as black people, we're gonna have to come together and pool our resources and protect ourselves, all right? In most cases, protect ourselves from each other. And a lot of these women and children are that's just how it's gonna happen. They're gonna perish. A lot of these obese, fat people, they're gonna die out and perish. A lot of these people that's on these meds, older people, a lot of these people are gonna die, all right? And that's just a harsh reality, because they're not prepared. A lot of people don't even keep. Let me tell you why I know this. Let's say I live down here in Lower Alabama, and we always get hurricanes, right? This is what always happens. You had a hurricane tracker, and they say, well, this storm is formulating out in the Pacific. It could come here. We're gonna keep an eye on it about a week out. They know that if the hurricane gonna hit out. But what most black people do, well, most people in general, till they know 2 or 3 days out if that storm gonna hit, then what people gonna do? They start buying up everything from the store, from Lowe's, getting everything they needed. By the time you get there, if you get there too late, you don't have no money. All the water gone. All right, all the food gone. They just show you how unprepared people are. And it's not like it's gonna be a hurricane where it's gonna tell you, all right, well, next week we're gonna have an EMP and the power grid is gonna be shut down. No, it's gonna come instantly. So what can we do? Every time you go to the grocery store, get a couple extra cases of water. You buy some of those tuna, non-perishable food items, chicken in a can, those type of things. Some of the medical kits that you can buy off Amazon. Keep $200 or $300 just, in the safe somewhere. All right, just in case you have some kind of cash tender to buy stuff when you need to, because you're not gonna be able to just swipe your card. Start buying guns. All right, if you don't have a gun, most black people, believe it or not, do not have a weapon in the house. We rely so much on the police, but we always talking about the police shooting us and this and that and the other. We don't have a gun to protect our household. Most of us don't. Make sure you have an extra gun in the house, possibly a shotgun, possibly a rifle, and get ammo. These stuff white people do. You know what I mean? I know I work around a lot of them. They stock up on guns. Like I said, with that water, that's a major thing. At least have something for 14 days at a minimum, like I said in the report. I mean, a lot of these single black families, households with single mothers or single, like, you're gonna need to pull together, all right? Because that's gonna be some of the weakest links. All right, make sure you stay in shape. That's another thing you can do. Now, I'm not trying to scare anybody. I'm just trying to get us to thinking, forward thinking. You know what I mean? Start learning how to fish. Get into hunting. Go research what you can and cannot hunt. What type of wild animals are in your local area. Because most black people wouldn't know what to hunt. You can hunt deer. You can hunt turkey. You can hunt boar. You can hunt certain type of birds. Like, you know, I don't know about chicken. Think about that, man. Like, somehow it was wild chickens at one point. Now you don't even think about it like that, you know? I honestly personally wouldn't know where to find a wild chicken. But I'm just saying these are things we have to talk about. What about water purification? You know how to go to streams and, you know, purify your water? Iodine tablets, okay? I mean, I've had all this training before. I had survival training before. I know what to hunt and what plants to eat out in the forest, and, you know, how to purify my water and how to set traps, the basic things, the basic human nature things. All right. And I think most black people, you know, if they couldn't buy their food from the grocery store, they wouldn't know what to do. I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up here. If you found this content informational, please give me a thumbs up on the video, subscribe to the channel. I have plenty more videos coming out. If you have anything to add, please feel free to do so. Remember, this is for the improvement and the preparedness of the black community, okay? For the culture, all right? And this is not a scare tactic video. This is a real possibility, people, all right? You know, we just want to make sure that we're in a state of readiness that's always ready. A wise man once said, it's better to have it and not need it than to need it and not have it. Bama's very own, out.